Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So the first thing I want to do is, although naysayer who said that video I posted wasn't the real HTC One M9, I knew that it was, but here's the official unboxing from T-Mobile. I'm going to fire this video up here in just a second, but this is the M9, and tell me what you think about it, and then I'll get into some specs and things that I want to show you. I don't know if I can legally show all this video, but I'll try.
Hey guys, Des, T-Mobile product expert here today. I've got some exciting news for you.
Let's have our very first
we find kind of the normal things. HTC One M9. Let's get right into it, shall we? Of course, it's wrapped in plastic. We're gonna go ahead and take that out and set it off to the side.
Let's get to the phone.
Into the volume buttons.
Here we go.
And then a mic 9. You'll notice right off the bat.
Not much difference.
Let's go ahead and take it out of the plastic. We'll move the plastic off to the side, and there is the brand new.
See anything new? See anything different?
You'll notice right off the bat, the dual tone metal finish, little gold polished on the side, and then brushed silver on the back of this particular unit. The new power button, lower, made for easier one-handed use, volume buttons, and then a micro SD card slot. Now the HTC One will take up to 128 gigabyte micro SD cards. It comes standard with 32 gigs internal memory and of course 3 gigs of RAM. As we move to the top, we can see the infrared port area. Moving to this side, our SIM card slot, headset jack down here on the bottom, micro USB charging port. On the back, the new 20 megapixel camera and LED flash. They've moved the old ultra pixel from the back
to the front
of the device.
All right.
So now you have a 4 ultra pixel.
All right. So let's get into this here. I wanted to talk about a few things here. You can register now with T-Mobile. Link will be in the description. But I wanted to, and that device is exactly the one that I posted here in this video. But I wanted to really talk about this. Now, what do you consider to be an upgrade when you're buying a device? If you have an HTC One, are you upgrading to the, HTC One M8? Are you upgrading, or even the M7? Are you upgrading just because you want the new device? Or are you upgrading because you see something dramatic that's going to make you change? So here are the specs. Here are the specs right here. So let's get into the meat of it. It pretty much is the same size, weighs about the same, has the same display. Yes, 5-inch, yes. It's still 1080p. Oh look, it has HTC Sense 7 and it has Gorilla Glass 4, which those are pointless to a lot of people. It has Lollipop, no big deal. This one's going to get Lollipop. I think it already has Lollipop. It has the Snapdragon 810 octa-core processor, and this has the 801. This has the Adreno 430. This has the Adreno 330. Woo, that's an exciting upgrade. All these things right here, you probably really can't tell the difference in the devices. It has 32 gigs on board. The other one had 32 gigs. Takes a 128 gig card. Yes. Has the 4 ultra pixel cameras, 4 megapixels. Those worked perfectly fine for a lot of people. Some people complain because they were caught up in the hype. It has a 20 megapixel on the new one. It shoots in 4K now. This shoots in 1080p 60 frames per second, which those who know, that's a really good shot on a cell phone, at 60 frames per second. It has a 4 megapixel on the front. This one has a 5 megapixel on the front. They both still shoot 1080p 30 frames per second with HDR. Anything else different? Oh, they gave it a 2840 milliamp battery, and this is 2600. Now, the only issues that I have with this is the design is exactly the same. They're kind of trying to mask and make this seem like it's something great by giving it a two-tone or dual color on it, gold and like a metal look. I don't think that's anything exciting. And if you think that's exciting, just having a different color, I don't know. That's your opinion. That's perfectly fine. A little under the weather, I had to cough and mute the mic out. But this isn't really a big jump. And so those that are, if you don't have an HTC One M8 or M7, yeah, this is going to be great for you. But if you do, what is your justification for upgrading? And I'm not saying don't upgrade. You know, obviously I think it's a great device. I bought the M8 and the M7. But is this really worth jumping up? You know, and you know it's going to be at least $600 through T-Mobile, because they do the monthly payments. But so you know this is going to be at least $600, $599 at least, because they're still selling the current device, and they're also still selling the Windows Mobile of this version of this for $636, which to me is just way overpriced. So which is why I didn't grab it on T-Mobile yet. I'm waiting for that price to go down. But other than that, I think it's way overpriced, and this right here is going to be at least $599. So are you planning on upgrading, and do you think it's worth it? I mean, when I posted this video right here of it, everybody said, ah, that's fake, you know, I posted on Google Plus, but I already knew that it was real. So do you think this is worth upgrading to? I think not. If you already have the device, stick with your M8, because upgrading to the M9, you're not getting that much difference. You know, people say I want a 20 megapixel on my phone. That's great. I give credit to that for Sony, for doing that the best and first, more than likely. I don't quote me on that, but I think Sony was the first one to start bringing 20 megapixel cameras to some great software and smartphones. But other than that, this is probably a great camera. But upgrading from the M8, I just don't. You know, one other thing, they said that it has a different. The speakers are better. But the M7 speakers are just as good. So I don't know. I think when companies pull the wool over your eyes like this, you really got to dig deep and make a decision. So the M9, you know, it's nothing to be excited about to me. I don't think so. And real quick, I'm going to throw this in here as well, because I own a MediaPad X1. They did the same thing with the X2. This is the exact same device. That's it. It weighs the same, the screen's the same, everything's the same on here. They just gave it a different color and put a different processor in it. They did the same thing. They put an octa-core in there. You know, don't upgrade if you already have the original device. I mean, what are you paying for that's different? And you know, unfortunately, I feel the same way about the M9. Or sell your current device. Like if you just really want the M9 and you want the latest and greatest, because you know me, I always want the latest and greatest as well. Sell your M8 if you plan on getting the M9. But I don't know. I think a lot of people already do that. You know, they switch their devices out like that. I need to start selling a bunch of mine too, and I do that sometimes when I want something. Like I sold a couple of devices. For those that were judging me on another video about the BlackBerry Passport, I actually sold like 3 devices to get both of those BlackBerries. That's what you don't know, but that's what I suggest that you do if you want to get some of the latest devices. If you can afford to keep all of them, great, because I do have some devices that I like to just hold on to because they won't be made anymore. But definitely, if you want the M9, and if I get the M9, I'm not writing it off. I just don't think this is a huge. This isn't really impressive as far as calling it the next best thing or the upgrade. It's just not. It's not there yet. But if I do get an M9, if you know, I have it, you're going to know that I sold a couple of phones in order to get it, like I do sometimes. But that is it for the M9. It is up, and you can register here. I'll put the link in the description, so you can go ahead and register and pick up your HTC One M9. It looks fantastic. I don't know if I'm a fan of the two-tone though, the gold and the metal look. I have to see it in person. But it's obviously somewhat a mild upgrade. Instead of just putting sapphire on the lens for the camera, put it over the entire front of the phone. But nonetheless, there it is. You can register, and I will see you guys in the next video. It's your boy Jay Will. HTC One M9 has now been launched, and you've got, at the taping of this video, there is actually the countdown for Samsung's Unpacked, and there we'll probably see some huge upgrades. I say probably going to see something big come from Samsung, so I'm going to be watching that. I hope you guys watch it, and I'll probably record it for the people that don't get a chance to stream it. But yeah, there you have it. So here it is, HTC One M9. Will you be upgrading? Those that thought this was fake, now you know it's real. Will you be upgrading? Will you be buying the HTC One M9? Shout out in the comments. And I guess I could go back to this video here. just in case some
micro
of you missed
SD cards. It comes with buttons and then a mic side and then brushed silver on the back of this particular unit. The new power button lower made for easier one-handed use, volume buttons, and then a micro SD card slot. Now the HTC One will take up to 128 gigabyte micro SD cards. It comes standard with 32 gigs internal memory and of course 3 gigs of RAM. As we move to the top, we can see the infrared port area. Moving to this side, our SIM card slot, headset jack down here on the bottom, micro USB charging port. On the back, the new 20 megapixel camera and LED flash. They've moved the old ultra pixel from the back to the front of the device. So now you have a 4 ultra pixel camera on the front. Of course, the 5-inch full HD screen and dual front-facing speakers for HTC Boom sound, now equipped with Dolby Audio Surround. The new HTC One is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon octa-core processor. Yes, 8 cores in this bad boy. It's beautiful, it's powerful, and it makes a statement. The new HTC One, coming soon to T-Mobile. This has been Des, T-Mobile product expert. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.